Hello, 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 warrior mamas. Happy Wednesday and welcome to our weekly EULA. Sam McCormick here, founder of the Warrior Mamas movement, and I have the lovely Amelia here on my lap. And today I wanted to talk about why it is so important to stay hydrated and what happens if you don't. Now, water is a major component of every kind of tissue we have, from blood to bone and everything in between. And the list of jobs that water does puts all of our other organs to shame. Water is literally life. We can only survive 3 days without consuming any water, and it's second only to oxygen in terms of our survival. So water is literally that important. And when we don't consume enough water, the list of diseases and disorders that can be caused is miles, and miles long. Unfortunately, in America today, it's estimated that 75% of Americans, which is 3 out of every 4 people, exist in a state of chronic dehydration. So I want you to think about your average day. How much water do you actually drink? You should be drinking at least half of your body weight in ounces of water per day. So if you put it into perspective, if you weigh 150 pounds, you should be drinking 75 ounces of water, which is about 3/4 of a gallon of water. Are you drinking that right now? If your answer is no, or you're not sure, chances are that you are one of the people living in a state of chronic dehydration. So, what happens if you are dehydrated? Well, let's start at the beginning. Your brain monitors your body's water level. And because the brain requires more water than any other organ in your body, it's in its own self-interest to pay constant attention. And when the brain notices that the body's water level is getting low, it begins hoarding water, and cells throughout your body will actually give up some of their water and give it to our brain to keep our brain hydrated. And so, for a while, our brain is satisfied, but that doesn't last forever. When the brain's water level starts to get low again, then it sends out the signal that the body needs water, which means that our mouth becomes dry. But this is a huge misconcept. Why I can't talk today. It's false. We all believe that when our mouth becomes dry, we should drink water, and we think that this is the first symptom of thirst, but in fact it's not. It's actually the last symptom of dehydration. A dry mouth doesn't mean that we should drink something right away. It means that we should have been drinking more all along. And it means that our cells have been underhydrated for quite a while. Each of our cells becomes unable to function properly when the water level becomes too low. Now we have 70 trillion cells in our body, and when our mouths become dry, it means that all of these cells are dry and unable to function. So living in a state of constant dehydration means that every single one of your cells is unable to function properly. And this means that you are opening yourself up to an infinite list of diseases that are just waiting to ravage your body and leave you sick or dead. Water is literally life, so make sure that you are at the very least drinking half of your body weight each day in water. Plus, we are at our most beautiful when we are properly hydrated. You can ask any supermodel. So, don't delay. Drink water today. Water is super important. This is something that I struggled with for a very long time before I started on my health and wellness journey. And it manifested itself in multiple ways in my body. The most significant was that I felt chronically tired. I felt tired all of the time. I would go to sleep for 10 hours, wake up in the morning, and I still felt exhausted. And part of this was because I wasn't drinking enough water. And so my body was trying to basically shut itself down because I didn't have what I needed to function properly. So if you feel constantly tired, it could be because you're not drinking enough water. Another thing that you're going to notice is your skin gets really dry, your hair gets brittle, your nails get brittle. That's all from constant dehydration. And there are many, 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 many other things that are kind of the signs of constant dehydration that you will notice immediately go away as soon as you start drinking water. So what I would recommend is get yourself a mug that you like. So for example, I have this mug right here. It's actually a knockoff Yeti. I love Yeti, but this one works great. It was like $20 on Amazon. And this is 32 ounces. And it keeps my water cold all day long. I can put ice in it in the morning and my ice is still there in the evening, which is amazing. And so I can keep track of how much water I'm drinking throughout the day. So get yourself a jug. Okay, honey. Whether you get yourself a gallon jug, some people like those, or if you want to get an insulated cup like this that's 32 ounces, just get yourself a cup that you enjoy and make sure that you're drinking enough water every single day. It is literally your life, your health to drink water. So, with all of that being said, if you want to learn more about how what we eat affects our overall health, I would love for you to join me in my free web class. I am now doing this every single Saturday live, so you can go register. Just go to warriormamasmovement.com/web class and you can register. Come join me live this upcoming Saturday and I will teach you all about how I transitioned my life and my family's life into eating a whole food plant-based diet and all of the different habits and things that we did to live our healthiest and best life. And of course, the kicker was we lost a crazy amount of weight, all without exercising, which is amazing. So I would love to see you there. Come join me again. That's warriormamasmovement.com/web class. And I will put that link in the description for you as well. So thank you so much for joining me today, ladies. And I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye-bye.